alright, let's start this. And we are back at the game. So I have a funny story about this game, or funny. So I managed to destroy the save file from our previous game, and I was like, okay. Then I went and looked the internet, scoured the internet for any save files for this game, and found one. Okay, it was from the sixth chapter, but it had totally different skills and equipment, of course. So what I did is download the old back hack 82, which is that's old Windows program, and I had to download a library for my Windows 11 so I can play old Windows program. So I used this editor to change the items and numbers to the values they were in our previous game. So now we are kind of playing the same game, but of course they haven't. Yeah, different quests have been completed, and not all enemies have been slain and stuff like that. But it's still working. And last time we were left in this situation that we can't enter here. But the real thing is that there's hidden cave over here left. Come on. Come on. It's over here. Enter. Like, how are you supposed to know this? Told you I wasn't mad, he muttered. It looks like a cave out. Want to have a look inside? Yes. So now we need to go inside, and as you can see, enhancements are there. Stuff we have is here. That was quite a lot of work, actually, to be truthful. We are not seeing any objects. Wow. I'm not hearing any sounds as well. I'm not hearing the sound, but you are apparently. I'm not hearing the sound, but you are apparently. Okay. Fine for me. There's not much music and effects in this game, so don't bother so much. Okay, and Koratkan. Okay, there's a spider. Damage. Crazy. So I wonder why I'm not hearing. Okay. Okay, I muted my microphone. Headset. And of course spiders don't have anything but Their victim might have... Okay, so there's a rope, so we are going to need lots of rope. I think I'm going to save the extra rope. Rations. They are okay. Okay, rations are okay. Okay. Although we don't need that. Not really, because we have a magical stuff here. Ashes were gold. Okay. This is about 2/3 from the start of the game, so we are making good progress. I think the last chapters, if you knew what you were doing, were quite fast to solve. I think we actually went pretty fast on some dungeons, and actually used a major time for others. I am no fool. Okay. Big problems. Koratis may be a bit too fast in this save game. Need to fix that. He was slightly slow in previous. Yeah, I don't mind about it, but it's not how the game is planned. Okay. Okay, game ended. Let's not... Okay, how about this? It's a riddle box. A box beneath a tree. Inside some tasty meat. Kept for mouth or more. It still tastes just as sweet. So, old-fashioned way is that I'll write down these A-S C. I'll write these down. So we are at the Sart mines. Is this a new? Ah, now I figured out. Walnut. Not really needing that. Not really big on using drags, but hey. And now I have a candle glow spell, so we don't really need a. We really wouldn't need those magical rings, but yeah, it's good to have them. Okay, this dead end. Well, not much enemies around. Other than those, yeah, the spiders. That looks like a very special key. Okay. Ah, we were jumped. Those we can actually use. I wonder if... Okay, this is not exploding. That's long. Two brothers wanted to race a course to see which had the slowest horse. Since neither wanted to spur his mare, what must they do to make it fair? Okay. Krondor plate is nice. I think I got it in a first playthrough. But then again, well, it has nice information. It's pretty good modification. But we have far better armor right now. Because last chapter was like that you really need good armor at the start. So that's it. Did we have a... Yes, we have a tunnel this way. And this was slightly small dancer. This leads off to the series of complicated mine tunnels where maybe a passage to the library vaults through there. But without the map or some directions we would never find a way through. Okay, so we don't have a map. Yes, we do. Oh, strawberry. I think I know what's the problem. I've dropped the... We need rest. Yeah, you are wounded. So I think where the map is. I tested this before, and we kind of... I dropped the paper that they had picked up in the that. So we are, luckily it's close to Krondor, where I left it. Yeah, that was a bit glitch out. So okay, so mm, mm, mm. This is why you should never drop anything. Do I need to reload the previous save or okay, so this was the I dropped the glitching items here, and that's the Krondor crossroads, and we were actually at the toll house here. So there's like army of mortals here that I need to use to pick up the, or I could basically use the editor to give me the map, quite possibly. Unless it's, yeah, bodies can actually vanish. That's the thing that they have tried to avoid it, but it's still in a realm of possibilities. This is why you shouldn't actually. This is why you can't drop quest items in a much later games, because they kind of lead to the problems when people drop the items they really need to get this through. So yeah. Okay, so that's an ambush. I didn't see it. So yeah, I think we need to use the code. There's this really useful code that actually helps us in this situation. I'll try shift and tilde key. Tactical map. Right shift. Alt right shift tilde. I suppose garbage collection did actually vanish those bodies. Make those bodies vanish. Or I could use the good old save editor, which I have here, right here. Let's see the save editor. Backhack. Okay, so let's check Ovin. Add map. Node. Save. I hope it's the right node. That wasn't the right node. Okay, apparently I can have extra items in my inventory if they are saved. So it won't glitch if I add like extra items. So tactical view. So alright, so let's Alt right shift and tilde key, which is different place in American keyboard. Yes, I know. Of course, easiest choice probably would be just restart the game and play it from the previous save. Luckily we didn't play far, so we can actually run the did you have we were up here and this was the group of mortals that attacked us. The map is something we found from the cottage right up here. Too bad. I actually tested the game and I thought that if I have the map it's going to let me inside the shard dungeon, but apparently it wasn't as as straightforward. Again, this is wrong place. I think it was in Egli. So we need to go south here. A bit of running around just because I messed things up. So this was the special tree. No. Okay, that's... Thanks to his key hard work, no one pushed the door open. Is that therefore a variety of objects as an assortment of papers and ledgers. Several notes that had been signed Stellan. It's empty. So now, according to the story, we should be able to get into the dungeon of the Malacross, or rather enter the abbey through that. But I don't know about that. And now I don't know which is the right item, so I can't actually use the save editor to help me out here. Other than this should be it. Let's see if the internet can help us. Then again, it's just one clue at the start. You need a map which can only be found in Stellan's house in Egli. You need to Stellan key, we had a key. That actually doesn't prevent us from playing this chapter through, though. If we don't get to the Sart, because that's only that clue where we should be going next. For everyone. So I think when we visit here, that should be triggering the ability to go to the mines. But even if this says, so it's not, but it should be like the map. So there's like little wrong information that you are taking note, but you are also taking map with you. So now we need to get some food. From Krondor and see if we can actually a lot of money. There might have been some battles. Yeah, like I said. So, first let's freeze the mage. And of course you miss. Although they are nice in a nice Gegelfuck over there. So you are missing everything. Yeah, come on. That's just balls. 82% chance to hit and he's missing twice in a row. Yeah, we are going to lose this. Probably. Yeah. Let's restart the game. That was so lame. Even so, we are kind of winning the initiative, but we need to make it count. %. That's really lame. If you no, he's a bit frozen. I could have used the magic staff. He has 2 of them. A bit ticklish. Or rather, let's use the staff. Yeah, Korath is a bit too fast. Slightly too fast. Yeah, he has lightning staff. But we already kind of picked it up in our previous game, so a bit of cheating if I take it again. So let's go. Funny thing, they have been killing something and talk to this guy. So we could actually try the mines once again, and if we don't, let's just continue the game, because you really don't need. There's lots of loose ends and running around after a wrong clues. This was the dead end. So basically you are running in a couple different directions, including Krondor sewers after some clues, but the third one is the right clue to the right place, which ends the chapter. But getting there is a story of its own. Okay, we don't have a map. We don't have a map. Stellan's map. So last try. Let's try to okay, so Stellan map isn't in the list. So that's it, basically. So no, can't use the save file editor. And how do I get the tilde with this Finnish keyboard? Tärkein näppäin. This is the keys, coordinates. I could basically change the keyboard to an English keyboard, so I could access the tilde key. Edit a language and keyboard. Okay. This is way too hard to do just right now. So let's pretend that we found the clue. A bit sad, but nothing wrong to actually skip to the end. Okay, this is not what we want to go. And it's not really a skipping because we have lots of ways to go. So, did you think the chapter would end here? No, it won't. We are actually going to go another way around. So, situation is, we have been looking at the clues from Malax Cross and visited here and visited Sarth, and they are actually telling that Elvandar, there's Thomas, guy named Thomas from the books that actually knows stuff. So he knows what the Book of Macros is, and by the way, he's friend of Bug, so that kind of, they grew up together, so that kind of makes sense that we need to go to the almost to the Lamut and then cross these mountains underneath, and that's the first dungeon we actually did. So you can take my frustration, enemies. But this is a good thing with this game is that you don't really need to. There's like couple items that are essential. And I mean big time essential. Some items matter, but in the end, if you don't drop them, then you are okay. But I don't know what's. I did read that somebody else had problem with this Sarth dungeon, but I don't recall that I had problems other than getting in. That is. Not enough room. And we have a huge amount of naphtha, so, and this is like, this is glitching. So we could actually go and drop it. So I tried to add the diamond that I had, and the 250 is way too. That's like 4k, 4k of value. So that's crazy, a lot. But we don't really need money at this point of game. Poisoned. Who carries poisoned rations with him? I mean, who does that? Anyway, we are walking and sweeping the roads clear from the Dark Elves. Yeah, that's naphtha doing that. Yeah, I was thinking that probably why we need to go to Elvandar is that those who have actually read the books get the grand tour of the whole area. That was the big place that was fought widely during the Rift War, so that's kind of the place. There was this one village that you couldn't enter, if I recall correctly, even if it was pretty important at the start of the Magican books. Okay, so there's ambush going. So we are learning sneaking. Oh yeah, more naphtha. Why kill someone when you can kill him, overkill him? Couldn't see them. Okay. Apparently we sneaked past of those. So lots of patrolling enemies. And they are goblins. 111. That's a lot of damage to small goblin. Owen is so badass at this point of the game that he can just bring a stick to the sword fight, basically. Well, not as much, but cloaks really don't stop swords. Yeah, Korat has a speed 10 and Owen has a speed 10. I don't think it should be like that. But I need to fix the speed ratings. Otherwise the points should be like totally same than in the last game. But yeah, can't do too much about it. This is something we don't need. I'm certain of it. Enemies are beginning to post out really good weapons. And I suppose we need to... Okay, so... New ambush. They are really trying to stop us from getting somewhere. And more goblins. Those are something I could use. And I think it was like you should bring like huge amount of food with you. Yeah, because they don't have anything I would like to have. Not south, north. So I'm pretty much already stacked up. There's one magical weapon we could actually find, but it's at north. Now we are heading north, and more ambushes. lots of enemies. And it's a trap. I think it's the same trap than before. Yeah, apparently same trap than before. Ah, not south. North. That's the right direction. And there's a shop. Kekes herbs. Or herbal pack is something I would want to have. Do we need shovel with us? They didn't have any food in that place. So we could go to the Lamut basically and stock up with some foodstuffs. Let's see what's the situation here. And there's a tavern in Lamut, so okay, no new ambush. Dogs. You don't fight these too often. And that's a crazy damage for a dog. Miss. I would imagine that it's easier to hit dog with the quarterstaff. Pack of feral dogs or something. Okay, that's a Lamut. I hope you got your experience here in Blue Whale in a pleasurable one. Just Tsurani, aren't you? They already had this conversation at the beginning of the Makala. We met at Tsurani in Krondor named Makala. Do you know anything about him? He's a great one of the Assembly of Magicians. Beyond that, I know little, as the great ones do not communicate with the lesser folk. These are those who are not of the Assembly, or those who are not lords of the ladies of Tsurani Empire. It would be improper that the person such as I speak with the one of his rank unless he asks a question of me. This is the way of my former people. Okay, he's not knowing anything, but I suppose that's enough. Barding ability has increased. It's Gorath who's actually learning to bard. He has already as 100%. Somehow crossbow is 100. Well, casting is 100. That is what I raised. So let's head to the west. That funny thing, it's close where we started. I heard you coming down the passageway, and for a moment I thought you were be another of the beasties. Come and rattle me bones. I suppose we are a wee bit jumpy down here just as yet. Hope we didn't start too badly, we were just looking around for a big way to get to Elvandar. Now he's actually talking. I think I've heard once it was the other side of the Grey Towers. You have found the way. These mines stretch all the way from the one side to the Grey Towers to the other. We had a collapse here, but we broke through about half an hour ago. I saw my brother McKenna for the first time in months. Oh, but there's some tragic loss too. There was a falls in the caverns, and the passages to it were terrible damage. I don't know that we'll see it again. Terrible mess those Black Norway. But we can go through to Elvandar. But I advise you to stick with the main passages, as there's some windy bits of can cause some human distress. As a common, we wouldn't let you go alone, as you get lost, but only the major passages have been cleared. You'll do safe. Well, before you go, could we ask you a few questions? I don't see why not. What do you want to know, laddie? We already killed the Black temples. The way things have been going for us recently, perhaps we would do well to seek a little help at the temples as well. We're close. We already Elvandar. After we leave the Macmordan Cadal, which way we will take to Elvandar? I've never been there. You don't think for the moment it's going to be as easy as that? No, would you, lad? The elves don't exactly invite the rest of the world in for pleasant tea parties, and I think they'll make a particular exception for your mortal friend here. Oh, he's not for mortal, he's an elf that doesn't know the way Elvandar. I'm no fool, and you'll be an even sorrier whelp if you try that one of war leader Thomas Border Rangers. They have the both of you hanging by your ankles from the tree in a sparrow's fall. If what I hear from the brother McKenna is true, they may even have a cause to shoot you your friend on sight. Why would they have against Gorath? Not personally again. The Mordor. I'm not sure out of the details, but I've heard the Mordor are pressing the borders. They are morally. I'm sure my brother McKenna can tell you more about that than I. If he's not still in the Cadal, he might be on the road to Caldara. Okay, and apparently they didn't. Who made this save didn't explore this place, so it was near the place that we killed the Black Nor, but if not killed, we need to like remove several stone monsters in our way. Yeah, I suppose. That's how it's going to be. And goblins. That's a mage. And that's a miss. A bit overkill, but there's even more cheesier magical weapon hidden in this route, but once again it's like, should we really go that way? Doesn't look like the place. Okay, so this way, and then probably need to fight the stone monster. Okay, he's here. We already killed him, but and he missed. 94% and he's missing. Crazy. Yeah, done it. Yeah, already said that. He doesn't have anything. Nafta is pretty bad for the skin, I hear. So now we can actually go to the tunnels. Lower level. I don't remember nothing about lower level. Do not step from the main road. It's going to be fine, probably fine. Do we need some dwarven key for this? Jimmy would pick it up. Oh, well, lockpick is only 56, so I suppose we don't need to go that way. Ah, more goblins. just anything expensive. Goblins and their gold. Yeah, that's a dead end. But like they actually mentioned. Bring us armor, crate over blade. Okay. That was weird. Well, we actually know where to get crate over blade, but it's far away, so... So, great tower blade. I wonder where we can actually find one. So that's a quest, but luckily we don't really need to. We need to solve. Also, this game still doesn't have a quest log, so. Light is fading. I wonder if you can get minus points, penalties to fight in the darkness, but that's a dead end. Also, I noticed from the map that this is a 6th chapter, so the dwarves have actually cleared up the rubble in phases. So every chapter has a bit further away the place you can actually go, which is pretty cool. He can't open that. I don't think from the chapters where Jimmy was with us, after that it's kind of been not as important to have a decent lockpicker with you. And Korat started as bad, so He's pretty... Is this right? Okay. So there's something behind. Let's check this first. Okay, it's a Bragnor. Another. He probably doesn't have anything iron with him, so let's try to freeze him. Much easier. And he was guarding the exit. More about the canopy. That's okay. So this is the forest of Elvander. Apparently, those Tsurani fighters fought. It was something like 10 years. It was huge, very long war. But the original portal rift was opened in this forest. Korat was quickened as he saw the lone figure approach. When it became apparent they were not being attacked, he relaxed a bit, squinted slightly in an attempt to see who was about to join them. McCanner Bandog. It's an awful mess out here out. Wyvern has come from over the mountains and has synced things up a bit. But if we hadn't been beating back Fanes this past few weeks, we have been through the month sooner. I don't know how many roads are passable at these days. What kind of yarn that came and helped us clear the mess? The mine left as soon as word reached that fires were approaching Elvandar. Where did the wyverns come from? What else, lad? In the Northlands, some new bastard mortal leader, I hear, harassing your kinfolk. I hope you haven't any kids in the arms way. No, what of the mortal? A few have what a nerve to cross over from the mortaling have already come to some skewer tour. I know that Prince Calling has been on the frontier looking for others. The biggest concern as yet is to put out the flames and get help those as got trapped behind it all. Prince Calling leads of what of war leader Thomas. Calling was in later books, Serpent Saga. War leader Thomas. Poor news indeed. 3 days ago, Thomas led a band of elves to stem raiders that had come from over river near Moraling. They beat the raiders back alright, but in the melee of the warlock took the thrust east side with a tainted blade. They had to carry him back to Elvandar, though I understand it wasn't without struggle. Thomas wanted to stay, but the word was carried back to Algrana of his condition, and that was the end of that. Wife called. Prince Kalin assumed control of the patrols at that point, and Aiken is still up in the northern eastern fringe of the forest, carving up mortar. Does the war leader yet live? The lad is, as ever, been a fighter, as tenacious at that. Sooner he'll cut the leg of the skull, succumb to his poison. Wouldn't worry. I think it took your kin for a turn though, seeing the Thomas fall. I've never heard an appearing the 15 years as I've been with your folk. Happening in the 15 years he's been with your folk. Okay, so this is pretty soon after the Rift War. We are required to, in Elvandar quickly, Juventus fires. Extinguishing now, though not without fire portion of the food stomping and bucket carrying. I thought for a while the whole forest might become all of the ferocious blade, but Tathar and rest of Queen Algrana's spellweavers managed to put all that to that business. Then we should have no difficulty returning to Elvandar. I don't know why I would exactly say that there's still a far number of those wyverns flapping about in the forest, though that has been working night and day to bring the blighters down. Even though being scaling a little bit of spellcraft, what can I bend the will of those cantankerous lizards? But I understand it still hasn't put altered the rates. What of the dwarves? Oh, I have volunteered few men, but as you elves don't much like outsiders in your realm, I've respected your borders. King Dolgan did send a few volunteers help out the Elfkeen, but a lot of them took the terrible varnish once they entered the forest and could go no further. They mustn't fell a fall of one of your fabled sleeping glades. Caldera. If in my face fevers, it might be wise if we had our armor repaired. Is there any armored crafters in Caldera? Are there any elves in Elvandar? You are gone daft. Of course there are armor crafter in Caldera. You don't have to call all the way to. I can repair it for a few gold. And if you are what clues you might even learn about the craft of repairing armor. Does 100 sovereigns suit you? Yes. Suits me just fine. What do you need to do? Lad, I've been much obliged if you remove any armor you have under that tunic of yours, and your elf went do the same. Now we'll get to work. Now just what I do. Someone told me once that few dents in armor can actually be beneficial, or something about catching blows that would ordinarily scraped along the surface into the chunks. Makes some sort of sense when you think about it. I suppose maybe it would be a good idea to make armor so that it already has bumps, facets. If it already had them built in, then the armor. You're already finished. I finished. You'll find your armor as is good as condition as it can be, lad, though I dare say you have learned a great deal more if you spend more time listening and less than I'm talking. $29, he has 100. He's pretty badass. So here's the Elvandar. So there's a sleeping glades somewhere around here. We need to get over here. So either south way or north way. And we don't have that paper with us, but there's like secret weapon that's hidden in a forest here. I think it was in a part, so. But he mentioned Prince Kalin, so. Join the games. Oh. Playing card games with the dwarves. They not the door. Baby dragons have been attacking Elvandar. Yeah. About as dense forest that thing can actually do. This is quite close to what the beta version of the, well, alpha version of the Betrayal at Krondor was. Demo. Hold on a moment, Owen. I wish to speak to you. Why? What is it? I merely wish to prepare you things that may transpire before we leave Elvandar. They are magics. Things ancient, which have kept the mortal from crossing into the forest of the elder hell. But I feel those things have been awakened. I may have some difficulty in completing our journey. Difficulty, what do you mean? It was not my intent to alarm you, only to reassure you that no matter what may happen between here and Elvandar, I have considered you a friend. Okay, that's ominous. Rations, spoiled rations. Not anymore. Murder proof. What is it? What is it doing here? Split 3 goods. Okay, rations, herbal packs, everything basically. So I wonder where that road leads. Yeah, nothing on the map. Let's keep it on the main road. Okay. Okay, they're shooting back. Yeah, I don't think viewers have anything. Straight into a trap. Okay. I'll just stand here. I suppose if the correct answer to this puzzle is this. Okay. That worked out well in the end. Let's see where this goes. I mean, it is a trail, so. Korath motioned for silence, though it had been years since he had led his kin through the skirts of the Helter forest on their escape from the Green Heart. The sights and smells were as familiar to him as the lines of the tips of his fingers. Yet there was a natural feeling about the area they stood in. Something moves nearby, but it is not on one of our blood or any forest animal whose movement zones I know. I thought I was hearing something, the high pitch sort of the whine, coming from the north. It's same sound. It might be our benefit if we were to see what its source is. But what if it's something that thinks we look like a dinner? If it wish us harm, better we know what stalks us, and have advances in attack that allow it to come and eat us when it chooses the moment. What don't you think? The choice is yours. So north. Do not be afraid of me. I can see your hearts are true, and such as I will do you no harm. How do you know such things about us? I don't know many things. You are a quest, are you not? Yes, we are. Can you help us? Not directly, no. Only if you would be willing to find the mortal spellcaster who has been perverting the wills of my kin with a strange device, and retrieve it from this man an item stolen from me. He holds the item named after my own person, Elaim's heart. Return it with it, and I will do what I may to assist you. Okay, interesting. So we need to find the mortal spellcaster and do something nasty for him. So we didn't find we didn't find the elf leader yet. Oh, that's a treehouse. One was about to knock the door when he heard the loud voices coming inside of the small house. He listened, but couldn't make out what was being said. He was about to knock again when the door swung open, and three very loud and seemingly very drunk dwarfs came charging out. All that sand in the banks of endless sea, damn that's what I left on me. Bracknors I've killed. That's right, you don't. Bracking dwarf stopped when he saw Ovin and Korath. Then he turned to face his friends, looked surprised and concern clearly displayed on his bearded face. What are you doing here? He demanded, eyes shifting to something behind Korath. We are headed to Elvandar, said. Best you are going then. It quite a ways north and here. Not of here. He questioned to his friends, but rather than leaving, they went back inside the house. I wonder where they were going. And a random encounter. Oh, it's getting dark. Korath got a splash. So here's the breach. But I suppose we should be going back. And check the other branch for the elf leader. That looks like a modern spellcaster. I wonder if he's the right one. Okay, he's poisoned. Yeah, poisoned 100%. I wonder if I should get more antidote. He had pretty good armor. Emeralds. I wonder if it's emerald. What the Rusalki is actually needing. That might not be it. It's not named named as a heart. Come on. My keyboard froze. Yeah, this is actually a known bug. Keyboard can actually froze if you go and press funny buttons. Surprisingly well, we've managed to continue the game despite I totally destroyed the save file. And you missed, because of course you do. One escaped. Yeah, apparently mortars have attacked this forest, so I don't think it's those witches are actually once mentioned. Okay, so so let's eliminate that. Okay, that's working. You need to tank one hit. Oh, 3 days. Wow. Who would have guessed? By the way, I should be using naphtha. I have loads of it with me and haven't used it. End of the road. Rations poisoned. Let's not eat poison berries, shall we? I never get lost. The adversaries we have faced are any indication we can expect hardened opponents as we near Elvandar. Perhaps we should try find a less compatible path. He's really a sunshine. Okay, so you can actually... Okay. Not that. Not that. Okay. Let's rest, get our points back together. Okay. Now you Yeah, one push at a time. Okay, so. No, I think this is wrong. Yeah, let's just push it through. Okay, don't come. I think it's slightly bugged. Ah, there's a mage. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, slightly bugged. That variant wasn't immune to the feathers of rhyme. Ouch. So you can shoot in close combat. Koratteen. Okay, maybe you should be resting a bit. I suppose we need to buy more of these. Nice sword, but he didn't have a heart. Okay. Miss? Oh no. I hope Feathers of Rhyme works with this guy. opponent must be carrying metal. No. Okay, they're both down. Taking a lot of time to heal these amounts of HP. So we need to go back and buy some more stuff in later phase. But apparently we are in the wrong side of the river if we want to find Kalin. Yep. Knew that. So this is the path we didn't actually take. Except from here. But it's still continuing. All right. Map reveals everything. And I think we had something nice with us, which we haven't been using. Bing! There's something here. Surprisingly nothing in that valley over there. It's a trap. Oh no. Ouch. But then again we can actually rest as long as it needs to get open unthawed. Actually, we would have a less painful way to deal with this. So far, I've been just running through all the traps and not really bothering about. They were not alone. Kelin, if you had not slain that wyvern, I'm grateful, but I beg you to go from this place, cousin, and take with you the evil you have brought. You may not take what will not have you. You cannot harm what will not be harmed. You and your people belong among your own. I do not raid with my kin. Grant me passage, Eldhell. I have come to look upon the face of the shining moon. The old tongue, I think your coming will be well received in Elvendar. Tell my mother and the war leader Thomas I'm well, and I will continue toward Morlin to meet the mortal there. Perhaps we can yet put halt to their raids. What's a shiny moon? Is it in Elvendar? She, not it, young human friend. Your companion refers to our queen Alagrana. In your tongue it means something like shining moon. Is the way to Elvendar passable? The attacks directed by the mortal have made travel a difficulty. Fires are burning all across Elvendar, and the spellweavers are hard-pressed to attend them all. Most of the roads are passable, but the western path was clear last I heard of it. I'm surprised you have been able to survive alone with the mortal raiding over your borders. How have you escaped? The mortal can do little harm within Elvendar, and they would be fools to try. It would take remarkable strength of will and mortal to enter the forest with any evil intent, and even more remarkable will for him to survive such an attempt. It is a part of the magic that protects our home. What about Korath? He hasn't had any problems entering the forest. You have not told the boy? My returning is no consequence to him. He has his own quest to fulfill. Returning, you mean you have been here before. You will understand certain things later, should events unfold as I imagine. There's still a matter of your survival to deal with, however. Though our cousin Korath moves with a great grace, you are not so sure-footed. For your parts in my rescue, I should like to teach you how to move the Elven way. How about Korath? It is not custom between our clan, but if you wish, I will teach him that what I know of using crossbow. Come, we cannot be long at this. Kelling waited. Seated cross-legged on the ground, he watched through the half-lidded eyes as Owen approached from the thick copse of trees. Although he still moved with little grace, he made a remarkable improvement in a short time. Do I move like an elf now? Owen asked, a look of eager anticipation written on his face. I wouldn't try to sneak up the war leader as yet, but yes, you have learned a bit, the elf replied. Why don't you go around and try it again? You were still rustling the leaves as you approached. Once the boy was gone, Kalin shifted his gaze to study Korath's progress with the crossbow. Though it was early apparent Mordor was capable of doing great damage with the weapon. His concentration was elsewhere. I'm told that call can be painful. One is uncertain of their feelings, Colin said. I'm told the call can be painful if one is uncertain of their feelings. Kellen said, you need to not endure the pain. We will welcome you no matter who or what you might have been to us in the past. Korath nodded without looking the elf, his gaze fixed straight ahead as he recited his crossbow with the trembling hands and fired into the undergrowth. Hey, Owen shouted in the distance, crashing back to the brush re-entrance clearing. Could you be a little more careful where you are firing that thing? That last shot came far too close to me. Rising to his feet, Calling shook his head. Then it's time the lessons came to an end. How have you been holding off the wyverns? I would have thought this many of them would have burned Elvendar to the ground. Fortunately, the spells the mortal have been using to control them aren't too strong or too complicated. Even with that little knowledge I have about magic, Tathar managed to teach me a cantrip that will turn them away. Sounds like it might come useful. If you have time, do you think you can teach it to me? You can have the scroll I studied. I don't think I will need it any longer. Though I warn you, you'll need to find one of these eggs each time you cast a spell. That Harf tried to explain the principle to me, but I had trouble following the complexities of it. Elvandar. In what way will take us the most quickly to Elvandar? If it were a mere matter of which way to take this distance, I would suggest you take the northern bridge. But I understand, my Scots, that Wyvern has been alighting the heavy numbers near there. It would have been far less dangerous to travel with the far western bridge and there cross through the sleeping glades, though you have made some difficulties dealing with them. From there, bear directly north until you reach the Grey Horn. You will find an entrance to the subterranean ancient ruin there. Once you emerge from it, you will be very near the heart of Elvandar itself. Ancient ruin. One nice thing about traveling underground, at least there is less chance of something dropping down on us from above. With these wyverns flying about, I half expect one to come flapping out of the nowhere anytime I turn my head. You may not find you are quite so enthusiastic about the ancient ruin. Once you pass through it, we do not use it much. Please tell me it isn't infested with a Bragnor or something equally repulsive. Infested, an interesting description, but not in the way you may think. None of elven blood might easily walk its corridors without some measure of dread. It is of the Valhero-10. The Val leader assures none of the ancient essence may touch us here, but the malevolence that permeates that place cannot be easily dismissed. We have not been so foolish, however, to leave it open to any of that wish simply to enter it. There's too great danger or something there has been unfound. That's beyond our control. Only a few of the elves have a key that will unlock its doors. How are we going to get in then? I will give Korath the key I carry. That is all that is required. As simple as that. There's nothing simple about it. The force of will it has taken for Korath to have come even this close to Elvandar is monumental. Unless his reason of being here was most importance, he would have fled this forest long ago. I trust him. Sleeping glades. You said we might encounter some difficulty with the sleeping glades. It's one of the Elvandar's natural defenses. Those who enter them suddenly find themselves quite drowsy and will sleep for the days on end. Many die on their sleep from lack of nourishment. Effective if non-selective. I assume there's a way they might be crossed. It wouldn't be practical to live in a house which there is no door, though the sizes of the glades are variable. When you approach them, you'll experience the light feeling and disorientation. There is, however, little known path that carrying you safely through them. The glades are parallel to a mountain range southwest of here, north of River's Fork. They are difficult to cross, but you may circumnavigate them. If you are head to the fork of the river, then stay close to the mountains or to the north. You should be untroubled by the glades. Okay. I suppose we are taking the south road then. And next we are going back to the shop. A surprisingly big place, this forest here. Considering that back in the day the resources weren't that many, or there weren't many tools to in developers' disposal. Oh yeah. Ton of the ton of food. I wonder if he has a like making some space here. Do we need shovel? I don't know. Maybe. Let's keep it with us. Silver of Thorn anti-venom because enemies might be a bit tricky, so that's what we need. Sarik's Bane. I wonder if that helps us. Do I need to carry that around? Possibly not. Probably slightly cheesy and slightly pointless. Now we have some space in our inventory. Fail to sleep, that we need food. There's also other reasons, but let's say this way at least. So we were going south way. And cleared up the way to the bridge, basically. And he told us to hug the mountains. I don't think I ever actually went and explored the whole place. Okay. I'm beginning to feel strange, like laying down and taking a nap right here. We must be nearing the sleeping place that Prince Kaling spoke of. He said we should remain close to the mountains once we pass the north of the river's fork. We should be able to avoid the effects of the spell if he spoke truly. Yours truly. Okay, we got past them to the next horrible dungeon. Okay, and there's a bit more wyverns. Okay, that's not probably going to work. Hope he doesn't miss. Yeah, that was small boss fight. And now we get to the Valheru ruins. The door was open. They entered the cavern and Owen noticed how cool the air felt upon his face. Wishing his clothes were heavier or his skin thicker, he rubbed his elbows as they descended into the ruin. So Valheru were elves that in their prime time actually decided to kill gods. So they were that OP. And they are the big baddie of this world. And I think in the other worlds as well. So that's a Tsurani fighter. Okay, what's here? Goddess of Death. Okay, so costs. Also, let's use naphtha because we have lots of it. Okay. That's 24 hours or something. Okay. Dreadful Dungeon of Dread. Okay, what's here? There's something ahead. Pretty cool to think that the developers actually made this with a flight simulator engine. Okay. Okay, more braids. And he missed. Because why not? Not doing much. And missed, of course. So sometimes this RNG just feels broken. Nasty monsters who don't lead any loot. Appears to be locked. Of course it's a bomb. Because why not? Okay. Yeah, they don't get any extra damage from the whatever you put on the blade, so okay, this is sad. All right, Amulet of the Upright Man. Dang. He had that, but I threw it away accidentally. I was starting to think that he wasn't as good lockpicker than I remembered, and he had like that amulet that actually allowed him to lockpick better. Now it's there, but I need to replace one. Yeah. Suppose this is fair. Because it's at the side of the road, very far away. Okay, yeah, it's this cheesy. Okay, let's see if this explodes. Because I want to show you, valued viewers, I want to show you this riddle chest. Don't grow too attached to this thing. Without it, you will never ever even know it is gone. But be careful, friend, for it's much easier to lose on Kingdom's soil. Life. Roric seal. Okay. So we need very useful things. Sarex Bane is only a 5er. So we can do this. It would be nice if the game told what spell I did learn. And I don't think I'm going to. I could try to use the Night Fingers in a end battle, because for lols. These are a bit pointless. Let's see. Roric shield. That was the item, right? Roric seal. I think it works. Let's check the Dimwood net for magic items. Modifiers. Roric seal. Okay, this is one of those things. That's a cursed item. Okay, use at your own peril, basically. What is it of yours that you see every day, but our leader sees only rarely? Eagles. Money. Elven crossbow. 25. I think I like the damage more. Ah. But these arrows. Enhance it. They are pretty nice. No, I'm not going to give them away. I like flaming quarrels, but yeah, they are not as good. Do I need to keep this Gloric Seal? Probably not. Oh, okay, more ghosts. Where's the Ghostbusters when you need them? Oh right, it's us. I think this is the place where Thomas found his armor. He had like cursed armor during the Rift War, which caused some problems. Okay, that's good. Let's see if there's where once there were 3, now there's 2 Eisen kin of ours, who we've sent to their doom. Glamred Hell. That's from lore. That's straight from lore. It was mentioned in this that one text we read. Exotic sword. So yeah, this is the super weapon I was mentioning about. But there's no. Okay, so it's bigger weapon. Chilean shoot oil. Lots of protective stuff here. I don't know. Now I need to check what we need to get that special weapon working, because sometimes I have just avoided the whole quest. A lime shell. Okay, so we could actually, we need to return back if we want to get it working. But nothing is still not lost, so we just need to go around. Yep. Running around, lots of running around in this game. Last time it worked pretty well, so we are going to skirt these mountains. And it was somewhere around this riverside. Where the spellcaster is. Okay, so it's closer to the bridge, but wasn't that far away, really. Somewhere around here, I think. Are we missing? Yes, we are missing. Okay, here's the mage. So I think Korat could kill the mage. Tactically would have been better that I would have moved to the that square here, but then again now I can actually use the spells without hitting Korath, so something good, something bad. Ah, he's wounded. One down. Okay, he's getting a beating, tanking a lot of damage. Why I can't aim? Fetters of the Rime. Okay, somehow he's now blocking my view. Okay, he's almost dead. I need to use the desperate tactic. Then what else do we have? Desperate Y, but got Drakes. Reflex projectile spells, that would be nice. Okay, this is... Yes, I can actually... I should have done this before, but... But I didn't. Pretty tough. Tough customers. Okay, that was blocked. Okay, it's escaping. No escape. That was pretty painful, but we won. Elime's heart. Now we are not heartless anymore. Except we need. And now we need to go to the Elime, which is somewhere here. Let's go to the river side so we can actually see. Here she is. Have you returned with the Elime's heart? Asked the creature. Yes. Owen nodded his head. He retrieved the heart and made his way approximately to the Rusalki. Hands trembling slightly, he placed the object in front of the creature, then quickly stepped away. You have done what was asked, and now shall you be rewarded. It said, producing dozen passages of rations. Also, there's something which has left on the shores of this river ages ago, which will be assistance to you on your road ahead. Please take it in thanks from all of my kind. Is the shell valuable? In a ways you may never fully imagine, but its uses are many. While it bears little on what which you seek, you may yet find another thing you desire. What of Elvandar? What is the best route there? By 2 roads may you reach Queen of the Eldhell. If you wander the main roads, there are many hazards, but your enemies shall face you. Wander the path less traveled, and you may find a face less substantial opponent. In this, Prince Colin may be of some instance. Farewell. So we have lots of stuff, and now we are actually going to. Yeah, we have lots of stuff. Lots of. I think this was bugged in original game, but now it works well. So we are giving a dubious amount of foods here. Interesting. I'm leaving the cursed item just lay around here. Now we'll return to the Let's return to the right place. Absolutely huge pile of stuff. I mean, game is trying to tell us something here. That we need loads of food. I mean, that's a stupendously amount of food, basically. Let's drop something here. I think this not only the time you can actually combine two items in this game. A searing flash of heat vaporized the shell as the Korath tossed it in the hilt of Clanbreth's sword, elongating himself in a swirling length of blue flame. Around it, the shell of silver and steel conglomerated, forming first a blade and then a scabbard of unpearled workmanship. Guardia Revenge. This is, let's say, crazy. This is crazy weapon. Better than Sword of Limskrakma. I'm probably giving this to Locklear or something. Loki can have it. You could basically try to do a funny thing with this in a end fight, but yeah, this is the basically the only well, sort of Limskrakma basically, but this is only magical weapon in this game. Racial mod elf, so he gets bonuses. It doesn't have a blessing like this one, but hey, it's still pretty good. This was pretty straightforward quest, but you need to know how it's done. Let's test this weapon. Okay, it's still a more normal blade basically. $111 crazy bonuses, so I can actually use the swing option here, which is over 100% still. Magical weapon. Owen gaped. Ever seen the light of Elvendar glistened its circuitous fairy walkways checked in a glowing lanterns of brushed gold and crystal. Above, a canopy of silver-white leaves arched over the wall of the treetop city, masking from the view whatever sun or moon reigned in the skies beyond. Korat, isn't this the most perfect place you have ever seen? Owen exclaimed. I've never dreamt anything like this. Squire, if you can hold your tongue for a moment, Korat said, it might be a behoove you to bow to their queen. Flushed with the embarrassment, Owen turned heel, swirling as he noticed the cloaked figures who waited patiently upon their thrones. Quickly he folded in the obeisance, hoping sincerely that human manners would be appropriate in the elven court. We have come from the Krondor with the news about Puck of the Stardog, Owen said. We are in the hopes. Silence child. Queen Alcrana spoke gently, her pale blue eyes glowing in the shadows. Though we would hear of our dear friend Puck, we first must attend to the unraveling of eons. Inclining her head towards Korat, her first voice and composure took on a grave edge. You have come before us as a mortal, but never may you leave Elvendar as such. Are you willing to return to us, your ancient kind cousin? Rage flashed in his eyes. Trembling with the emotion, Korat advanced on the queen, his hand darting to the hilt of his sword. No, Korat. Owen gasped, knowing his voice was too small to stay his friend's wrath. No, you can't. I was Korat of the clan Ardanian. He spat, his voice thick with the ageless contempt. Color drained from his face as he gripped ever more tightly the sword at his side. I am Korat, and I have formerly returned to the Elfhell and swear fealty to Alcrana, queen of the elves, and the Thomas Prince consort and war leader. Falling to one knee, he knelt low before the Alcrana's feet. I am yours to command, lady. His heart hammered an unsteady tattoo in his chest. Owen stared in frank appraisal of the elves before him, except for the caged expression lingering on Prince Consort Thomas' face. He saw no evidence that any of them had witnessed anything unusual. Rise. From this day forward, you are no longer mortal, Korath, Alcrana said. You are a member of the family of the Elvendar and the Hell. When your quest is done, you will return here to be one with us. That is our desire. What is this news of Puck? As if wakening from the dream, the Elven Waldreader spoke. The magician's name with a great concern. His dark eyebrows rising in interest as Owen began to elaborate the details. At times he would request that certain details be repeated, but always his glassy eyes became sharply focused when Owen spoke the names of Puck and members of the Arthur's court. By the moons, that means trouble, Thomas quoth, as if the boy finished his tale. The Book of Macros is not a book, but instead a gift that Puck gave me long ago. I was to use it to come to him. If ever he left that message for me, I must go. You cannot love. Even now I can sense the effects of the painkillering herbs beginning to wear off, Alcrana said, laying the pale hand on Thomas' shoulder, as if broaching the delicate subject. She continued quietly. 3 days ago, the war leader was struck with a poisoned blade. Only last evening did his fever abate, but he demanded to be brought here when he heard that mortal was returning. He hasn't the strength for the trip. You must go in his stead. Don't try my presence, Alacrana. Puck needs my help, and I shall go. Struggling to gain his feet, he glanced with the effort sprang in straight, only to be groping the back of his throne. How may of our kin carried you here, my warlord? The queen asked, her voice laced with concern. Was it 5 or 6? You are no longer possessed by the soul of Asen Sugar, that was the Valhero, and you are not gifted with the immortality. None doubt you strength of loyalty, Thomas, but you are woven to bug, and sent up able help. As always, my love, you are wise, Thomas whispered, his strength beginning to fail him. Reaching beneath his seat after his throne, he brought forth the leather tome covered with dust. We may not be the strongest or the fastest, Thomas, but we are able and we are here. Send us to him. Algrana is actually a ginger in books. I have a little choice. We shall. The Long Ride. Chapter 7. Bells toiled in the towers of Nordvarden. Jubilant cards shouted from the walls, slapbacks exchanged war stories. Only days old, already a part of us milling through the crowd, gathering names and places, scribbled them down as fast as he could. Tonight they would gather and they would drink and they would pay old Tamni the minstrel each time he sang their names. Listening to the general hop-up drifting through the opened shutter, singer James allowed himself a grim smile as he dropped down to where Arfta and Lochner conferred over the battle map. By the day's end, I warrant that Delekan will have died on the sword point, every man here. James said, it's a shame he wasn't really leading that raid. Indeed, Arfta agreed, his eyes rolled as he brooded about something. I would like to ask him a few questions. I leave for the High Castle at noon. Even though the mortal have turned from here, I'm certain that the first of them will be upon our troops there by the sun up tomorrow. Unfortunately, my army will be there to greet them. Fortunately. Still, I wish I knew what they were up to. Aruf's glance up started as the page boys skidded in the chamber. Pardon, my lord, the boys stuttered. They have captured the mortal raiding leader. Without a pause, Aruf's eyes hardened. Prepare him for questioning. Arufta is this kind of guy. Cooperate now, mortal, and I promise you'll live to see your children become adults. Doubt me, and I'll have your eyes for neglect beads, and your manhood for an inkwell. But this is important. If you think we shall taught you into death, I would advise you that ponder my mood. Anxious to have answer. I will keep you streaming this side of the death for a month or a year, until you all feel well satisfied that we have heard all you have to say. A day a month, you are already roast. Nail my entrails onto your doorpost, feed my brain to your dogs. It will not matter, even if you act now, you will be too late. You will bring only pain to your trouble, instructing torture. You do not listen. We know the secret of Shetanon. We shall free him. What secret? Why the Shetanon? 10 years ago we attacked with the Murmandamus you captured, imprisoned him. Deluded fool, we killed Murmandamus at Shetanon and burned his bones to the potash. There's nothing there for Delektan to find. Actually, there is. A lie we have spied. What else could you guard so closely? How does he think he will win past our garrison at High Castle? He hasn't enough men. Answer me. Rift machine. The 6 have a machine. It can take them place to place like a door between great distances. Even while your troops die at Shetanon, we will walk through the machine. We shall be through the dim wood and inside Shetanon a week before you can reach us. Your troops will be exhausted. They will be ours. A rift machine inside the dim wood that Bastard Tsurani Magician has been consorting with Delekan. Tortured their singer James and Lochler to ride to the dim wood. They must find and destroy that rift machine while I hie to High Castle and divert our forces once more. Time says the essence. Chapter 7. So these guys are going to the Dimwood, and we are actually saving. Saving here. Let's see. I've been. Yeah, these are pretty okay. The numbers, I mean. That I had to. Yeah, there's like pointless diamonds with him now. Yeah, this looks pretty realistic. What it was. So anyway, thanks for watching. We are going to continue Betrayal at Krondor at some other time. There isn't terribly a lot this game left. 2 chapters basically, and boss fight, of course. So that's it. Luckily we got this thing running back again, because I had like destroyed the save file. I had to make the save file back together with the editor and screenshots from my videos. So it was kind of problematic, but luckily we managed to get through the 6th chapter without too many hindrances. Anyway, thanks for watching, and this was After Sauna Games. So will we continue next week, and Cyberpunk is going to be published. 2.0 version is finally out, and we are waiting the DLC, which is great. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice evening, weekend, and play those games.